Coming to the next program, program number 4 is to implement the quick sort using the divide and conquer technique. So as a prerequisite, a divide and conquer technique will divide a problem of size into several subproblems, subproblems of the size n by 2. Then we find the solution to each of the subproblem and finally find the solution to the original problem. So this is the algorithm of the quick sort. So what it will do, it will take the sub array. Okay, it will sort a sub array. So this is the low, this is an array. The input will be an array. The first index is called as low and the last index is rare, low and rare. Then the output will be the sorted non-decreasing array. So if the low, the first index, the index low is less than the index r, then I call a partition function. That is, I am dividing my program into problems of the subsize n by 2. If I have 10 elements in my array, I divide my problem into 2 subproblems where each will have 5 elements in the array. Then I call the quick sort. Again, I call the quick sort in the recursive fashion. So what does this partitioning do? This partitioning is also called as horse partitioning. So horse partition. So it will select the subarray's first element as T. Now it will scan the subarray from both the ends, comparing the subarray's elements to the pivot element. What is the pivot element? Pivot element is something which is at the center of the array. So this is the algorithm. This will mainly partition the subarray by horse algorithm using the first element as a pivot element. So this is the logic. It will create the first element is used as pivot element. Then what I have to do, I take two values where I is equal to 1 and j is equal to r plus 1. That is, one I is pointing to the beginning of the array and j is pointing to the end of the array. Then I repeat. What do I repeat? I increment the value of I and I decrement the value of j until a of I is greater than or equal to p, and decrementing j till a of j is less than or equal to p. P is the pivot element, that is the first element of the array. And this I will do, and then once these two conditions are satisfied, I repeat till here. Once this conditions satisfied, that is a of I is greater than p and a of j less than or p, I swap the values of a of I and a of j. And I do it till I is greater than or equal to j. Once I becomes greater than or equal to j, I stop doing this. Then I swap a of I and a of j, and then I swap a of l and a of j. Finally, return the value of j. That is where I have stopped. That is the last element of this particular subarray. This is an example. See, if you can see, all these are the pivotal elements. This is I and this is they. They increment the value of I and decrement the value of j. See, I have incremented the value of I till a of I is greater than the pivotal element. Decrement the value till it is less than the pivotal element. See, when I am decrementing, 5 is greater than 7, but 5 is less than 7, but 5 is greater than 7. So I have stopped decrementing the j, and here I am incrementing the value of I. When I come to 9, I see that 9 is greater than 5. So I stop it, and then what I do as a next step, I just swap 4 and 9. This will continue till I becomes equal to j. This is what is the partitioning. This is how the partitioning will happen using the horse algorithm. This is an example for it. And then coming to the, they also say that I have to see the what is the efficiencies. Coming to the quick sort, the best case efficiency is n log n, and average case efficiency is also n log n, and the worst case efficiency is n square. All these things we have derived the best, average and worst case analysis while doing the problem in the class. So now we will see the execution part. So here I'll create a new class. So here I have an integer. Here I am not taking the input with, I am not giving any input, but I am generating the numbers randomly. Okay, enter the elements to be sorted. I am generating the numbers randomly here. Then I take n numbers because I have taken n as an input. How many numbers I want to sort, that is an input given by the user. But here the numbers that have to be sorted will be generated randomly. Okay, for then a loop for n numbers, and I'm reading the random number one after the other. Then I generate the array numbers to be sorted. Then I'm printing the elements that are to be sorted. Then see here, start is equal to system.nano time. That is, I'm to calculate how much time it has taken. What I have done, I have taken the start time. Then I'm calling the quick sort, giving the all the three inputs. Then after the quick sort has happened, I am just ending the, I am taking the end time. What is the start time and end time, so that I can get the output as the time taken for doing the operations. Okay, so now I'm printing the sorted elements here. So here, this is the quick sort function where I'm calling the partition function, and then quick sorting the partitioned problem recursively. And this is the partition function which we have already discussed. There is a pivotal element, there is I and there is j, and I increment the value of I and decrement the value of j till the condition is satisfied. Once it is satisfied, I am doing an interchange. I am calling the function interchange. So here what is interchange doing? It is just the function to swap two numbers. So now executing the program. See here, I will give the number of elements to be sorted as 5. It has taken 18, 35, 57 and 67. It has taken few numbers. It has taken 5 numbers to be sorted here, and it is sorting the elements. It has given the sorted part of the element, and the time taken is 10,300 nanoseconds. Executing, let me execute it once more. I will give the elements to be 4. It has taken, when the number of elements are less, the time taken is also less. Okay, so this is the program for